Lesson number 38. The Magic Kettle. A tanuki is a small furry dog-like animal found in Japan. There are many imaginary stories about this playful little animal. This is believed in the stories that a tanuki can take the shape of anything or any animal. Here is a story about a tanuki and a peddler called Jimu. Once in a country of Japan, there lived an old man. He lived in a beautiful house high up in the mountains. He was proud of his house with its white straw mats and pretty paper walls. In warm weather, he slid back the walls to let the smell of the trees and the flowers come in.
तो बच्चों, the story is of a small furry dog-like animal called tanuki, and it is found in Japan. So there are many imaginary stories about this little animal, and it is believed that tanuki can take the shape of anything or any animal. Is it interesting? Yes, he can take the shape of anything. Here is the story about the tanuki and a peddler called Jimu. So once in the country Japan, there lived an old man, and he was proud of his house. His house was so beautiful, and it is made up of white straw mats and pretty paper walls. In the warm weather like summer, he can slide up the walls to feel the smell of the trees and the flowers come in.
One day, he was standing looking out the mountain opposite when he heard a kind of rumbling noise in the room behind him. He turned around and saw a rusty old iron kettle in the corner. How the kettle got there, the old man did not know, but he picked it up and looked it over carefully. "That's a piece of luck," he said, smiling to himself. "My old kettle was getting worn out, and this looks like a good kettle."
So one day, what happened? The old man was looking at the mountain opposite, and he heard a sound, a noise room behind him. After he turned and saw a rusty old iron kettle in the corner, and he picked up that kettle and looked it over carefully. My God, this is the piece of luck. He thought that his old kettle was worn out. So this is the good for me, the new kettle.
He filled the new kettle with water and put it on the fire. As soon as the water in the kettle began to get warm, a strange thing happened. The man thought he must be dreaming. The handle of the kettle slowly changed its shape and became a head. The spout grew into a tail. Out of the body of the kettle sprang 4 paws. In a few minutes, the man was watching not a kettle but a tanuki.
So that new kettle, the old man filled with water and put it on the fire. But when the water getting warm, what happened? The kettle is turning up into something different. The handle of the kettle slowly changed the shape and it looked like a head. The sprout of the kettle grew into the tail, and out of the body of the kettle sprang the four paws, and it is looking like an animal. In a few minutes, the man was watching not a kettle but a tanuki. Wow!
The tanuki jumped off the fire and bounced about the room like a kitten. It ran up the pretty paper walls and even crossed the ceiling. The old man could not catch it. He called his neighbor for help. Somehow they catch
Caught the tanuki.
and shut in up in a wooden
Wooden chest.
chest. Running after Tanuki had made them both very tired. They sat down on the
The
mat
mat
to
to
rest.
rest. Now the tanuki started jumping, bounded about the room, and started ran up the pretty paper walls and even across the ceiling. The old man could not catch the tanuki, so he wanted to take the help of neighbor, and both of them very tried to catch the tanuki. Finally, they caught the tanuki.
What shall I do with this naughty animal? I don't want to keep it in the house, said the old man. Why don't you sell it off to Jimu, the peddler? The neighbor suggested. That's a good idea, said the old man.
So what shall I do with this naughty animal? क्या करूँगा मैं इस naughty animal का? Why don't you sell it off to the Jimu? That's a good idea, said the old man. So
So, so they sent for Jimu. When he came, the old man went to the chest and lifted the lid very carefully. But there was no tanuki. Inside, only the old
oh,
rusty kettle the old man had found.
he did not
No
know
one
want
to
to now
keep
want to keep the kettle.
kettle. He gave it to Jimu without taking any money for it.
So they called the Jimu and they have lifted the lid very carefully where the tanuki was. But inside there was no tanuki. Only the rusty kettle and the old man had found it. So he did not now want to keep the kettle. He gave it away to the Jimu without taking any money for it.
Jimu put the kettle in his cloth bag and started off home. He felt that his bag was getting heavier and heavier on the way, but he did not put it down. On reaching home, Jimu put the bag away carefully in the corner.
Oh, the Jimu put the kettle in his cloth bag and started going to the home. But what happened inside? The bag is getting heavier and heavier on the way. But the Jimu did not stop, and on reaching to the home, the Jimu put the bag away carefully in a corner.
At night, when Jimu was fast asleep,
Asleep.
he heard a sudden noise and woke up. He could not see anything, but he thought a he heard some noise in the corner. When he lit the lamp, he saw the kettle and heard into a tanuki once again. It was running around, chasing its own tail. He ran here and there and jumped and turned some salt. Jimu sat watching the tanuki for a long time. Then he fell asleep.
Ha ha ha! Now what happened at night when Jimu was fast asleep? He suddenly heard a noise and woke up. Now what he has seen, can you guess? When he lit the lamp, he saw the kettle has turned into the tanuki once again. It was running round chasing its own tail. आपने देखा है कभी कैट को जो खुद की ही टेल को पकड़ना चाहती है? देखा है? सेम वैसे ही तानुकी कर रहा था. It ran here and there and jumped and turned some assaults. Jimu sat watching the tanuki for a long time. Then he fell asleep. When he
He
got
got
up
in
in
the
the
morning.
morning,
He saw that the tanuki had not run away. The old kettle was still there, lying in the corner. He picked it up lovingly.
so in the morning, he saw the tanuki had not run away and the kettle is still in the corner.
Do you wish to stay with me? He asked. To his surprise, the tanuki answered in a human voice. He said, I will stay with you and make you very rich. You can show me around. People will give a lot of money to see a kettle turn into a tanuki and dance.
So in the morning, Jimu asked the tanuki, "Do you want to stay with me?" And surprisingly, Tanu answered like a human being that yes, I will stay with you and I will make you very rich.
So that what they did. Jimu set up a booth with a platform. He put the kettle on the platform. As its command, the kettle turned into a tanuki. At Jimu's command, the little furry animal would then walk, run, jump, leap, turn somersaults, or dance. People love to see the kettle into a playful little animal that could do all these. The paid Jimu well to see the show. Big
Crowds of
people
people came
came
to
to
watch
watch
the
the
show.
show, and the dear little tanuki never
Disappointed
disappointed
them.
them. Merrily each dance many dances. The shadow dance, the fan dance, the umbrella dance. It never tired of the dancing.
So what the tanuki said to the Jimu that you can earn a lot of money when the people saw the kettle turn into a tanuki and dance. So what the Jimu does? Set up a booth with a platform and put the kettle on the platform. So when the Jimu gives the command, the kettle turn into tanuki. And at the Jimu's commands, the little furry animal would then walk, तो क्या कर रहा था तानुकी? वॉक, रन, जंप, लीप, टर्न somersaults and dance. Okay, so different things are doing Tanuki. People love to see the kettle to change into a playful little animal. So the people are they paid the Jimu for the show. Big crowd of people are coming to watch the show. So dear little Tanuki never disappointed them. Merrily means in a happy, cheerful way. They dance merrily. The shadow dance. They have done the fun dance, the umbrella dance, but it never tired of dancing.
So Jimu had collected lots and lots of money. He had become a very rich man. He said to Tanuki, "Dear Tanuki, you have made me very rich. We can both live in a comfort now. We can stop the shows if you like." So they decided to stop the show. But Jimu did not forget the old man who had given me the magic kettle. He gave some of the money to the old man. All of them lived long and happily lived. Jimu, ha- Jimu and the old man are no more, but you may still come across the magic kettle lying in the corner somewhere in Japan. So soon Jimu has collected lot of money. He had become very rich. You know that? Yes. He said to Tanuki, "Dear Tanuki, you have made me very rich. They live, we can both live in a comfort now. They stop the shows if you like." आपने देखा उन्होंने कैसे बहुत सारे कॉइन्स जमा किए. He had become very rich. The Tanuki had umbrella dance, shadow dance, so we can live. तो वो कंफर्ट में लिव के रहने लगे. उन्होंने वो शो स्टॉप कर दिया था. अगर तानुकी को पसंद आएगा. So they decided to stop the shows. उन्होंने ये डिसाइड किया था कि वो शो स्टॉप करेंगे. But Jimu did not forget the old man who has given him the magic kettle. Jimu ये भूला नहीं था कि वो old man ने उसे magic kettle दिया था. He gave some of the money to the old man. जिमू ने वो ओल्ड मैन को कुछ पैसे दे दिए थे. All of them live long and happy lives. Jimu and the old man are no more, but you may still come across the magic kettle lying in the corner somewhere. आपने जापान ने देखा है. वो एक मैजिक केटल था. इमेजिनरी मैजिक केटल. आप इमेज करके भी नहीं देख सकते कि वो एक मैजिक केटल था. All of them lived long and happily lived. Old men are no more, but you may still come across the magic kettle lying in the corner somewhere in Japan. आप देख के आए हो जापान में कि वो मैजिक किटल कहाँ पे है? कॉर्नर में देख के आओ, जल्दी 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 से जाओ। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।